Okay, so today I'm editing some photos from a big old Namibia trip, and I'm going through a lot of photos of elephants right here. And the thing you see on the screen, I realize it's a small elephant in a small frame, but this is going to show you, I think, a really interesting tool set, an arrow in your quiver for what to do when you have a lot of sky in your scenes and you want to create some drama through the art of Photoshop Lightroom Camera Raw. So let's go ahead and get into the photo here. Boom, here we go. And there we are. Okay, so what do? Well, first of all, there was a bird flying through the frame here, so I'm just going to very quickly just edit that out through. I'm using generative AI, but frankly, you probably don't have to waste AI on this. You could just do a little brush tool, a little eraser tool. You can see one click, a few seconds of processing. It's going to delete that rather than having to maybe clone and mimic. And when we get back to the editing screen, it's gone. But the big thing I want to show you here is actually what I'm doing with everything other than the midground, other than the elephant here. So of course, let's just start with the photo itself. And I like to hit auto. I know. Sue me. Don't sue me. But yeah, it's what I like to do. I almost always bring the blacks back up because I think it just kind of creates a little bit too artificial. But everything else, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to keep it. It's good. But really what I'm going to do is go into my masks and create a gradient. And watch what happens. I'm going to always swipe down in the direction that the gradient is going to filter and fade into. So swiping from top to bottom means the gradient's strongest at top and goes down. And that's roughly what I'm going to do. I might do a little bit less. And what you'll see here is I'm not going to do any sort of crazy treatments. There's no clouds in the sky, so like a de-haze filter or even messing with blue luminance, not going to be good enough. But I am going to just turn down exposure. And see what happens here is you just get this nice color in the sky that adds a little bit of intrigue. Before and after, like, yeah, flat, kind of gray. Now there's something going on with it. I'm going to go another step further and hit G for my gradient filter and swipe up from bottom to top and do the same thing on the bottom just to minimize a little bit of distraction on the bottom there. I could even make it more concentrated if I wanted. And as you swipe this whole thing up, everything below this red dot gets 100% of treatment. So you can see here how as I go through the frame, it kind of slides through. But I really just want the bottom here. I'm going to go pretty dark just to minimize that. And you can see here, voila, all of a sudden you get this really flat looking sky and it turns into kind of poppy. I really like it. I might do one final thing when we're faced with this foreground, middle ground, background, where the foreground and the background are pretty uninteresting, is I might do a little radial filter around the midground just to bring up some special treatments, a little bit of exposure. I love contrast. And, I can even come through here and change the white balance and bring a little bit of like a golden glow to it all. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep all this when it's all said and done. The main thing I wanted to show you is that gradient mask for the top and bottom of the frame because of how amazing it makes the photo look when you do have that uniform, kind of monotonous, boring looking sky. Great for landscapes, great for wildlife.